Previously on Ballz.
Yes, I can.
Hi there, it's Darren and John and Simon and Kanox from Ballz Radio. How are you doing?
Jurie. Hey, no, I'm good, man. Hi, guys.
Yeah, I can't complain, thank you. I believe a busy couple of days, these last few days.
It has been.
All right, so transformation, is it a transformation charter that you guys are busy basically formulating and drawing up now for rugby going forward? Is that in a nutshell what we're doing?
No, actually, we had a transformation charter, which was a 150-page document that was gathering something on the shelf there.
Apparently no one was taking note of that one, though. So are we doing a new one?
Yeah, we've pulled it down to a transformation implementation plan, which is about 8 pages with very, very clear objectives. And then we've drawn up some scorecards so that we actually have very definite targets and what we want to reach and by what time we want to reach.
All right, just tell us, I mean, is it done now? Are you guys still continuing, or is it finished now? Have you guys...
No, we're done on the draft of the transformation implementation plan. That has been accepted.
Okay.
We've done the dimensions, and we decided on what the target areas is and what the different targets is for nationally.
Okay.
We now still got to go and do it individually in each and every province, which we'll do on a roadshow.
All right.
And then all of the delegates have signed off on the pledge towards that. So, done.
All right. So obviously a lot of discussion around it. I mean, was it one of those easy processes where everyone says, "Look, we all buy into this," and it was simple to get everyone's buy-in, or was there some resistance from some areas? And if so, what was that?
Well, it was easy because we've actually been on a roadshow for the last 3 months. We took this transformation plan and all of the dimensions and all of the objectives and deliverables that we wanted, and we debated that with each and every union. We gave it to them to internally debate and have a discussion within the councils and come here with a mandate. So by the time they got here, they all had a mandate and they clear understanding of what we want to do. So it was actually quite easy. I think probably the more challenging part was trying to try to take that plan and align that with the national sports objectives and the national sports plan and their transformation charter.
Right.
Because I mean, we look at the rugby demographics and they obviously look at national demographics, and we had some hefty debate on that.
Yeah.
But in the end, the agreement was quite easy and quite quickly.
Jurie, I see Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula has commended you guys, saying that you've taken the lead and fast-tracking transformation in rugby, but he also said that you guys admitted there are inherent deep-seated weaknesses in order to realize that transformation. What are those weaknesses?
Well, I think we've got to be honest with ourselves and say, listen, we're 20 years down the line since unification in 1992. We drew up a charter in 2006 and nobody really thought of how we're going to implement that charter. Charter being a very philosophical and academic document. So, looking at that charter and looking what that charter says and where we are at the moment, we obviously failed in implementing what was in that charter, and we got to be honest about that. And obviously, if we look at weaknesses, people tend to do the obvious thing and then running to teams and checking whether there's enough representation within the teams. While transformation in rugby is about transforming the base, transforming schools, transforming administrators, transforming executives, and all of the employees across the board. So, and I think there is weaknesses. We've got to look at each and every union. We've got to transform every union and transform the mind of the people to accept on where we're going. And I think that has been a weakness up until now.
Yeah. Because it is, as you say, it is a much broader thing than just a numbers game, which a lot of people see it as. When they talk about transformation, I would imagine the majority of your rugby public look at it, it's a numbers game again. We're counting how many different colours there are in one team or one specific team running out onto the field. And it is much broader than that. I mean, is the utopia sort of period when we felt that we've reached somewhere where we can get to a day when we are, whether it's a Springbok side or a provincial side or a franchise side, or even in schools rugby and club rugby, whichever the level of rugby is, where at any given day you could have as your strongest team, you could have 15 black players playing for a team 1 year, and 5 years later you could possibly have 15 white players playing for that team because those are the strongest players at the time. But we would see that scenario where it's not going to be a case of where there's a possibility that some players are not getting the opportunity because this whole process is not being followed the way that we would want to see it followed.
Yeah, I would like to qualify that a bit, but I mean, obviously, it's what would be the absolute utopia is if you have 15 black players the one year and 15 white players the next year, and there's no debate about it.
Exactly.
In other words,
that's what I'm
everybody
saying.
accepts the fact that there's merit in the selection, and they go on from there.
Hold on, Jurie. I don't think we wanted 1 year later, because then there would be some serious changes if you're changing 15 players in a side in a year. That would be a nightmare.
But that would be utopia, because if you can actually do that without a debate, it's still utopia. But I mean, you're being practical as normal. But you never know. We've got an upcoming tour at the end of the year.
Oh, that's true. We're looking at 2 squads anyway with all the rugby going on. So
that's very true. Yeah. But I mean, that would be it, and that would really be the challenge. The challenge would be to not have a debate on transformation within the broader spectrum, in admin, in executives, in your management teams, and in your players, and being open and honest and say, guys, we've transformed on a lot of levels, and we've changed the shape of rugby, and we've changed the things how we do it. But we need to transform in each and every region, and through that transformation, you need to get diversity.
Yeah.
And people don't really understand why you need diversity. You need diversity because you want different opinions. You don't want like-minded people, because you've got like-minded people, you're going in one direction. You want diversity in how people see things and how they interpret things. And diversity includes women, it includes black and white and yellow and pink, and it includes male, female, and all of those debates. And I think that's what we're after at the moment.
All right. What kind of time frame are you hoping? I mean, what is the ideal from your perspective? When can we sort of? I know we can't really put a time frame when we could reach utopia, as you've used the word, or as I've used the word. But what kind of time frame are you looking at where we get to a place where we're now comfortable that this thing has kicked in, it's clicked, and it's working?
Well, we've got some very serious targets for 2014 already.
Okay.
And then kicking on towards 2015, 2016, and then have a revision in 2016 to almost take it to its end destinations by 2018, 2019 at the very latest. But even in 2014, 2015, we've got some serious targets of where we want to be, and I think we're all very hopeful that if we kickstart this now, that even the challenges that we're putting to ourselves for 2014 and 2015 will realize a lot easier, and then hopefully if that starts realizing a lot quicker and a lot easier, then we don't have to wait till 2019, 18 or 17 to realize the rest as well, and that we'll probably be able to implement a lot quicker.
Yeah. Because I mean, the country has moved forward a lot. I mean, you know, in not too many years ago, people would have still sort of classified rugby as a sport just for one demographic of this country. But I mean, you know, a lot of people wouldn't know that, for instance, the Bulls, which I didn't realize until in the last year, the Bulls support base around the country, and that's what I say, the interest in rugby is not just one demographic in this country. The Bulls support base is, I think, 70% black around the country, and there's a 28% support base for the Bulls in a place like Port Elizabeth, you know, which is amazing. People wouldn't know this.
Well, that's transformation.
Yeah.
People always look at the players, and they always look at all of the other things. You've got to transform your support base and your spectators, because what you want is a diverse population in terms of your support as well, and hopefully push it in that direction.
Yeah, I can't understand it because I wouldn't know why anyone would want to support them. But I mean, it's fact. That's that's what it is.
I've gone public on the fact that I support Western Province before the Karika final. Now I can say it with absolute pride.
Yes. All right. Well, congratulations there. Yeah, that long wait is finally over, and Cape Town must still be going off. I think the parties are still going on. All right. Well, look, and I believe there are some initiatives happening as well around this. Knox is going to be off to Diepsloot tomorrow, where she's going to be there with the Minister of Sport. So we look forward to bringing some of that to the folks on Ballz Radio. We appreciate your time, and we wish you all the best with this. And it's great news to hear that, you know, all the people involved, everyone that needs to be involved, is going along with this, is agreeing with it. There's not too much resistance. So hopefully those targets can be met, and I'm sure they will be.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time as well.
Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays live on Ballz.co.za. Ballz.co.za.